This is Lisa from Mobile Tech Review, and this is the Nokia Nuron for T-Mobile in the US, otherwise known as the Nokia 5230, a model that's available in Europe, and this is actually the US version of the 5230. This is also similar to the Nokia Express Music 5800 that we reviewed last year, but the features aren't quite as high. It's a low-resolution camera, and it doesn't have Wi-Fi. It's available in white. Clearly a plastic phone, but it's kind of nice looking. See here, this is the screen lock unlock slider that is common on Nokia phones. We like that a lot. It's a lot better than having to hit the power button and then slide the screen to unlock it. Dedicated camera button. Volume controls that control pretty much volume everywhere except for setting your ringtone. A little goofy that. Power button here. 3.5mm stereo jack. This is a good music phone, so of course it's going to have that. It's a Nokia micro USB port underneath that door. And here, something a little bit different. This is like the 5800 and like the 5230 overseas. Under here you have your SIM card slot, and under the other door is the micro SD card slot. Gotta have some good fingernails to get those. Comes with a 4 gig micro SD card pre-installed. So you don't have to open the battery door to actually get to that, but we'll show you what's underneath the battery door. It's just a yank-off kind of battery door. If you want to get the SIM card out again, there's no eject mechanism outside the phone, so you actually do take the battery out and then push a slider. We'll do a few size comparisons now. This competes somewhat with the Motorola Click XT, which is an Android touchscreen phone. As you can see, this guy is a lot more pocketable and portable. And this guy is kind of a big old giant in comparison. Obviously depends on what price you want to pay, this costing more money, and what features you want as well. But if you're kind of allergic to larger phones, the Nokia does become attractive. And we'll compare it to the iPhone now. Clearly it's a lot smaller than the iPhone in terms of width and height, but in terms of thickness it will be thicker, a lot thicker. This is a touchscreen Symbian OS phone running Nokia S60 5th edition like the N97, the N97 Mini, the Nokia 5800, the X6, and of course the 5230. You have shortcuts here. These are customizable to applications of your choice. Got more launchers here. These are mechanical buttons for call, send, and end, and they're pretty easy to operate. We like that. This opens up the Programs menu right here, the center button. And there's a touch-sensitive button here. We've seen that in some other Nokia phones with quick launch for the multimedia apps and the web browser. Phone runs on a 434 megahertz ARM11 CPU. It's not exactly super new technology. The speed is okay. It does get a little bogged down once in a while, though. You've got your standard Nokia kind of icons over here. Even if you've never used the touchscreen version of S60 before, if you've used S60, say, 3rd edition and N95 or one of Nokia's many other phones, it works very, very similarly. So we've got Telenav here, we have Avi Maps, we have access to the Avi Store, the music player, which is pretty much the same Nokia music player that we've seen for a couple of years now, the WebKit-based web browser here, more applications, gallery applications, standard Nokia music and video app. So you've got Real Player, here are some sample games, instant messaging client, Office Viewer Suite, File Manager. Pretty good set of software features. The phone is reasonably powerful, especially for, say, the $70 price tag with a 2-year contract and about $270 without a contract. It does not have Wi-Fi, unfortunately. It does have Bluetooth with a pretty robust set of profiles, and it has a GPS, obviously. The phone does have a proximity sensor, and it has an accelerometer, which means you turn it like so, it will rotate the screen. And you have to double tap on some things and not on others. S60 5th edition kind of halfway made the commitment to porting Nokia's operating system to touch. And sometimes you have a single touch metaphor, sometimes you have double touch metaphor, sometimes you have kinetic scrolling, sometimes you don't. So this is over T-Mobile's 3G connection. You can scroll around just by dragging it. You can also hide this area over here, the navigation controls. They are wasting a good deal of the screen, obviously. And this has a 360 by 640 pixel, 16 by 9 aspect, wide display. Web browser is pretty good. It's the same Nokia WebKit browser that we've been seeing for some time. It's certainly capable of rendering desktop sites well, but it lacks kind of the sexiness of the iPhone and Android browsers, say with things like pinch and zooming and a bit better scrolling. This is a resistive screen, which means you can use your fingernail, you can use gloves, but there are times when, although it's more precise, the resistive screen, you really have to punch precisely where you want. I'll show you. So here's the on-screen keyboard. Now with a capacitive display, you can kind of just plop your finger down over any key and it's going to get it right away. With this, you really want to make sure you punch directly on the key or you're going to have typos all over the place. Put the phone in portrait mode, you get numeric entry. So T-Mobile builds this as a navigation device, and that's because it has a GPS like most all phones. It has telenav, and it has Avi Maps from Nokia, which is now free. It's the interface you first see in Avi Maps, so you can find your position, search for places, share your location, have favorites that you've assigned, get driving or walking directions, and even the weather for where you are and events. Now, the Find Places function, or the POIs, is pretty weak on this. For example, I searched for Walmart, and it came up with no results, even though there are about 5 Walmarts that are relatively close. But if I search for pharmacies, the Walmart did show up in the results list. So for POIs, you're better off with Google Maps or Telenav, honestly. But this does decent turn-by-turn directions, and the mapping on screen is pretty good, as we'll see in a minute. So here we are inside of Avi Maps, actually looking at a map, and as you can see, got your normal map view here, and you can scroll around using your finger. And you can zoom in and you can zoom out. No pinch zooming, since this is not a capacitive display. Works with the accelerometer, so you can use it either way. You could get a car mount for this and use this with their car on the dashboard. Now we'll take a quick look at the music player, since again this has an Express Music or comes with music kind of heritage, though this is not a comes with music phone. That's a service that's available in Europe, which is an all-you-can-eat subscription model for music that Nokia offers. Some pretty small album art there. We've got full song information, and you got things like shuffle, repeat, equalizer, playlist creation. And you can use it as your ringtone too. And obviously it's playing in the background right now. And control appears over here, so you can get to the music player real quick and control it. So it's a not bad music player. It also has a video player. You can play YouTube mobile videos. So that's the Nokia Nuron, available on T-Mobile. I'm Lisa from Mobile Tech Review. Visit our website to read the full review.